Hello, Wimbledon champion. How does that feel?
It's so much going on, and it was such a difficult match yesterday. So it sounds amazing, but still tough to believe.
Has it sunk in yet at all?
Slowly, I understand what's going on, and I'm getting so much attention now. So it's a bit difficult, but I think in the end of the day, I'm gonna remember these 2 weeks as a fairy tale for sure.
It's been a complete fairy tale, and it's been so amazing to watch you from match one right through to the final. But what went through your head when you knew you won and you were walking up to that net to shake hands?
I think by my reaction, you could see that I was just shocked and kind of paralyzed because I didn't expect that it's gonna happen in these 2 weeks. I think first week I enjoyed a lot because I didn't have any expectations, and I was going in the evening to see the city a bit, so it was really relaxed atmosphere. But then I was getting closer to the semis, final, and quarters. It was really it started to get nervous, and every day was, I think, more difficult. And in the end, I was just happy when the match finished. And as I said, I just couldn't believe in that moment.
What nerves did you have before the match and during the match? And how did you kind of try and contain those nerves?
I think I was more relaxed on the semi-final because I played against Simona, and she's a great champion, and we had many tough battles in the past. But then after I had a day off, I practiced. It was normal day, everything was fine. But then in the evening, I already started to get nervous. I didn't sleep so well. So many thoughts were coming to my head, and in the morning I was just thinking that the time is so slow, like I have to play the match, but it's like it was, I think, 2 o'clock, but it was going so slow, and I was super nervous. So yes, it just after first set I was telling myself the worst thing what can happen, I just lose. And I had this experience, especially when I'm up. I was just trying to in the end focus on the point, and not to think about anything else, just on my match, on my what I have to do to play better. So slowly I found my way, and in the end I was so into the match, so I didn't even realize when it finished, because I was preparing myself. Even I have a match point, just not to get this to get these thoughts. Oh, 1 point and it's finished. So I was like, no, it's still many more points in front. So I was kind of tricking myself.
That is honestly one of the most amazing examples of mental strength, isn't it? How have you learnt to work on your mental strength throughout your career and to get yourself into that winning mindset? How have you managed that?
My coach before the match, he was trying to help me. He saw on the warm up that I'm a bit different, that I'm nervous, and I was so much into myself for like than the other days. So he was trying to tell me also that you are so young and you can still play many more finals, and just not to think about what can happen. Just play and try to enjoy. So this also helped me, of course.
How do you look after your mental health and your mental well-being? Because I think it's just becoming such a amazing discussion within sport, and an overdue discussion as well. How have you learnt to look after your mental well-being?
I just think that it's just some information which is coming to me from coaches, from other maybe players, how they reacted on a different situation, and it's just my experience, and I think it's all together.
Because you have become a role model basically overnight. When you think about that and the platform you now have, what kind of role model do you want to be, and what do you want to stand for as an athlete?
I can say that with my example, no matter when you started to play tennis, how much did you practice when you were young? In the end of the day, just the belief and the hard work, because you don't have to be in the very uh, good situation with the finances, for example, to play tennis. In the end of the day, everything can happen, as my example. And yeah, I think for the country, it's also, I think now tennis becoming even more popular because of my win yesterday. Uh, we already had so many tournaments there in Kazakhstan, and yeah, I just think that now it's gonna be more and more people who wants to play tennis and just be more in tennis and know more about this sport. I think it's really amazing.
It is so incredible, and I think it must be so amazing to think back to the you who first picked up a tennis racket, who is now sitting here as a Wimbledon champion. So let's take it back to the beginning of your tennis journey. Do you remember when you first picked up a racket? And when did you first think, I'm absolutely going to go for this? I'm going to become a professional tennis player?
I think I went to my first lesson when I was 5, 6. Because before I was going to do other sports with my sister. It was gymnastic and ice skating, but there they already told me that I'm too tall. And I think my because I was following my sister a lot, so wherever she goes I wanted to go also. My dad offered to her, because she's older, 3 years older, offered to try tennis, to go and play just to see how it is. But straight away she said she doesn't want, and I went alone. And I remember I was super upset and I didn't even want to go because she's not there. It was never something like a lot in my life. It was just 2 times a week I was practicing, and it was just for fun. So never thought that I'm gonna be a professional tennis player. And it was big decision at age of 17. Many opportunities for the college I had, but for some reason I was in US only 2 times to play US Open. For some reason I already knew that I just don't want to be in America and study. I don't know why I had this, because many friends of mine, they actually really wanted to go. But in the end I'm very happy that I stayed in tennis, and I think it was the biggest and the most important decision in my life.
Those moments of doubt and self-doubt can really propel you forward as well. What do you think in your career has been your biggest moment of self-doubt? And what do you do to quieten self-doubt when it comes about?
I think it's many moments when you feel upset and down and maybe not believe in yourself as much as you should. But in the end of the day, I think it's just it's difficult to do everything by yourself. And of course, it's important to have good people around you. So as I said, I think my team, no matter what, my parents, no matter what issues I have or how I feel, they were always supporting me. I knew that I have a game, but I was not sure that I can show it here, just because I was always thinking that I have to be in the perfect shape, playing my best tennis to achieve something good. This is something I should have believed more to my team maybe earlier. I don't know, but that's also a lesson.
How have you learnt to quieten external and internal moments of criticism?
Yeah, for sure, it's very tough for me now. I don't have so much experience, and I'm just trying to say how I feel, trying to say what's really happening in my life, not to hide anything. And of course, I'm getting some tough questions, and not always you want to answer on everything, but it's part of the job. And as everybody told me, that I just have to get used to it, and it's also something about just the practices. So